we are getting into 5D right now. So that's a fifth dimension, that's ascension. We go into a higher level of consciousness. That's happening right now, and I already covered this in my last videos, that it will be more and more difficult for satanic forces to have power in 5D, okay? So it's going to get better and better and better for us. There will be worldwide martial law, okay? There will be an emergency system going off. And what I got on January 1st, 2023, something starts. And what starts is worldwide martial law and the takeover of the new world, okay? Not new world order, new world, like our world, like the world for us, new earth, okay? Away from the cabal towards freedom, okay? And this sentence I said years ago, okay? I just remember. And so I see something on January 1st and I see something on January 15th, 16th, some important dates, timelines. It doesn't mean we have the EBS in America on the 1st, but it could be other countries have it on the 1st. I'm not sure if we have it on the 1st or not, but I give you some possibilities. It could also be that other countries have the EBS on the 1st, or where you hear that they have martial law or something. Maybe we have martial law, you don't know it then yet, but some takeover happens on the 1st, okay? And then on the 6th, January 6th, there's going to be this hearing at the Supreme Court. And I also told you guys that Clarence Thomas is the only judge at the Supreme Court that's left over, okay? Right now, I also got information there's 2 interim judges there as well helping. But those 9 Supreme Court judges, the way they were there before, they're not there any longer. Okay, when they're saying the Supreme Court ruled, it's Clarence Thomas ruling pretty much by himself. And now he has apparently, this is new information, 2 interim judges there helping him. Okay, so, but it's not the 9 judges. So there is a lawsuit filed that basically states that what Congress did is actually treason to certify the election when they knew it was voter fraud, and they should have investigated, and then that leads to the resignation of Congress who did that, those congressmen and women, and leads to their arrest. But I can tell you something, they're already arrested and they're already at Gitmo, or a similar place like Gitmo. Okay, it's already done. So, but this is just for the public version, for the normies. There will be a law case, and then the Supreme Court will say, yes, there was treason, and they will be out of office, and there will be government shutdown in January. As I've been talking about this for a while now. Okay? And it's all across a government shutdown. It's not just Congress. It's also your local courts. Prosecutor's office should be closed. So most government offices should be closed. You're going to see at least something in January regarding that. And there will be a phase between January and March that's really important in terms of EBS and government shutdown. There will be a rapid surge of poverty in America. It's going to be a real problem, okay? And so there will be panic, Russian poverty. You should also start seeing stimulus checks, money return starting in January, okay? And there will be the Pelosi effect. Nancy Pelosi will say something, okay, and that will be code for her bodies. Like, it will be something like, she might be saying something, oh, I need to go to the grocery store or something. Something very simple. It's like, why is she saying that? But it will be code that, yeah, now the ship is really sinking and we have lost and they have taken over. And then what will follow will be the stock market crash, the housing crash. I see a very big problem coming up, especially in January, about the housing market crash, and talk about inflation. Okay? So don't worry, God can handle it. Just, he got this, okay? He got this. So what's also going on is, like, you're going to see in January, middle of January, you're going to hear about Madonna, that her music is a trap, is a provocation. It's all about sex, superficial things. And other truths are coming out, okay, about these pop stars, but like Madonna. Madonna has been executed a while back out there as an actress, and they actually had to do something energetically with her music because it was so evil, and it spread so much evil on this planet with frequency and with all kinds of technology. So you should be seeing something coming out in regards to that, okay? The deep state will then retaliate when they see the ship sinks and the system is going to be taken over. They retaliate with heavy winds, cold front weather, storms, ice storms. I see possible, okay, now hopefully it's not going to happen, so maybe we can pray, make it that it's not going to happen. Earthquakes in Japan and Pacific Northwest, okay? Possible earthquakes, man-made as a retaliation, okay? Again, I got the information from the Galactics to stock up on food. You really need it. You need enough food at home for 10 days and water, okay? And gasoline in the car, have some cash at hand. You will need it, okay? Then a big thing will be coming up. Bring back Trump. So there will be so much poverty in America. People feel poor and helpless. And then Trump is going to come out basically, and everybody's wanting him back because it's so miserable. And this is also all intentional, played out time-wise like that, so that when people are really down and then Trump is coming out, that and help them, the impact will be huge, okay? The impact will be huge, and he will be very much accepted and loved, and the new system will be here, and he will be reinstated, okay? That's coming up. And there's also civil unrest, okay, gonna happen, some civil unrest, and some of these retaliation attempts by the deep state might be triggering EBS. There's also talk about the power grid going down in some places and the sabotage the power grid. Again, we are talking about a scenario, maybe there's a little bit something true to it, that the deep state wants to sabotage the power grid. I've been saying for years the power grid is safe. They have been trying to sabotage the power grid for a long time. We're not successful. Might be changing a little bit, but it's also in concert with the white hats and black hats, orchestrated so that the switch can happen to Tesla-free energy, okay? We're not going to be dependent on the power grid any longer, on the nuclear power stations and so on. We're going to have a different source of power via the Tesla-free energy, okay? So there will be a stock market crash, there will be a housing crash, and the stock market, I already said, will go to zero. I mean, I've talked about the New York Stock Exchange liquidation sale, and apparently there's a lot of stocks that are just gonna go to zero. The whole stock market will be dissolved, especially the New York Stock Exchange. So I just wanted to put these warnings out there, okay? So then I have been in contact with the Alliance. The Alliance is a combination between military and alien groups behind the Patriots. It's one specific alien group that works with God Almighty, and they're behind this movement. I covered this for years, and I've been in contact with them for years. They also work with other alien groups, and they also have been helping to make sure that we're not going to have a new pandemic, okay? So we have been working on that. I've been working with them spiritually and make sure that the source of this contamination is discovered and the lab in China shut down. So then I also see this actually being successful, that they confiscate the contaminated food, and also what's going to happen is McDonald's, I've said this for years, will be shut down. It will be taken over by the White Hats and by the government, and then it will become a new restaurant, a new type of a restaurant where you can have healthy food. Okay, McDonald's, the way we know it, will not exist any further, but it will turn into something else, or something else will come up. That will be some sort of a chain with healthy food. Okay, but McDonald's, as we know it, will be shut down because of the things they're doing. They also found human DNA in their food, and they're doing all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of contamination going on. So then that's it. That's all I want to tell you guys. That this is what's coming up, and an update what's going to happen between January and March, April. So there will be the phase where they are bringing the new system between January and March, April. Okay, and then you should see some money. You should see the reset at that time. I mean, not the great reset, the currency reset, and you see things getting better, but it's a bit a rocky road. It's maybe a little bit scary. People will feel helpless and poor, and it's all going to be good. And there will be something played out in the public eye that may sound real, but such as the nuclear threat and so on, but it's not real. Okay? So thank you so much for listening, and I wish you Happy New Year's, and make it a great day.